5. There it is. 5 biggest games on the schedule that are not Raven games. So let's go ahead and chop that up here as well. Ravens. These are the games on the schedule that are the strongest games that are not from Baltimore Ravens games. Obviously, a lot of us here are Raven fans, so we're definitely going to go over that every week. But we go over the games, the biggest games, the games most important to the league, the schedule, etc. Going forward. Last week, easy stuff. Commanders over the Chefs. Or Chefs over the Commanders as well. Commanders got real problems. I mean, the defense just doesn't seem to be doing that well. I understand you're playing Kansas City, but there was very little fight in that defense. And without Jaden Daniels there, they have some problems on offense, obviously. They've been missing guys. It looks like they're a little too banged up to go against the really good teams right now. Packers and the Steelers. So the Packers win. Jordan Love's good. I mean, you can go ahead and call him whatever you want. Jordan Love's, I think, at times a little last year, he was inconsistent. But the previous year, he was really, really good. And I think this year, I think he's been outstanding. The Squealers got problems. Like, they don't do anything well. I saw it in the drivings of the Chop Chat the other day, and I will be back on the open mic here next week. But in the driving to the Top Chat, I was like, I saw Josh just like he was talking, he was just frustrated with the Steelers, and I say, like, they don't do anything well. They don't do anything well. They kind of do some things okay as well. They're coached well, but they don't really have a really good strength. That's a problem, and Green Bay does. Green Bay can really throw the ball, and they have a really powerful, really good edge rush as well. So, yeah, Packers over the Squealers. Packers over the Squealers in that game as well. Texans, I think, are on the way back. They won this game against San Fran. San Fran kind of the same, I think I said with Washington. Like, they don't have enough guys. They don't have enough guys. They have great coaching. They have Kyle Shanahan there who kind of can make Mac Jones look decent, but you don't have enough guys. You don't have enough guys. You're running out of. you can't keep losing players every week and have this problem as well. No quarterback, no Bosa, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. No contest. Panthers without Bryce Young. Hopefully they get Bryce Young this week. 40-9 Bills over the Panthers, and Vikings clearly have a quarterback problem. Wentz are not going to have him the rest of the year. Cousins lobbying now. All of a sudden, he's lobbying to go to another team. Of course, he wants to go to Minnesota to start because they don't have a quarterback. All right, so let's go ahead and get this squared away. Falcons and Patriots this week. I think Penix is going to go. I'm not sure if that's the case, but he's the Lamar thing's kind of got me. Last week with quarterbacks playing, but we do think he's going to go. I do think it is a good chance that Lamar gets to go. That Penix gets to go. Drake May and the Patriots are the real deal. I kind of thought that they were going to break out this year, but they needed a couple things to happen. The defense I thought was going to be good. I think it's one of the better defenses in the league, and also Drake May is really growing right before us as a star. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even have a lot, I don't think, on offense. He's got some decent receivers, and he is really making it work. He's statistically, I think, top 5 in the league as well. So we've answered the question about the young quarterbacks. Drake May is definitely it, and we'll see how Penix does. I don't like their chances in New England against the Patriots. I like the Pats here. Colts and the Steelers. Oh boy, it's tough here. 14. it's getting hard for me not to think the Colts are really good every week after week after week. I think they have been somewhat aided by the schedule. They really haven't had a lot of tough games. This is supposed to be a tough one. So I think if the Steelers have anything in them, they'll stand up. I do actually think they have more of a shot here as well. But I got to go with the Colts. I mean, the Colts have really looked good all season. Tyler Warren is really good. Tyler Warren, you could argue, he's a top 10 tight end already. Jonathan Taylor's been really good. Daniel Jones is getting the ball where he needs to get it. The offensive line is really good. Their defense is, I don't think it's as great as people think it is. I think their defense is a little overstated. The Steelers haven't shown me anything. Steelers have not shown me where they can beat a good team yet. So I think like that. I do think Aaron's due for a really big game though at some point. That's the only thing that makes me nervous. But I'm gonna still take the Colts in this one. Have the Steelers have the over the Steelers. Broncos and the Texans in this one. Broncos, I think, are Broncos are bona fide as well. I think Bo Nix is fine. He made to me like Joe Flacco, like Matt Ryan, in that level of quarterback. I don't know if he'll ever be in the upper echelon, maybe like you're hoping, but I think he's good. He's good when it matters, and I've noticed that. When the game is on the line late in the game, his percentages and everything goes up. That defense is fantastic also in Denver as well. So is the one in the Texans. I think the Texans may have the best defense in the NFL. I do think they win the game. The Texans are different at home because Stroud is different at home. Stroud does very well in games in Houston as opposed to on the road. For whatever reason, he was wildly different. So that's why I like the Texans to score. Again, they've been on a roll here the last few weeks. So another team like the Ravens, they need to get it going despite the issues in their division. So I do like them there as well. Panthers and the Packers. So Panthers have a good record. They're probably a bit of a fraud in terms of that. They didn't have because they haven't really looked really impressive despite their record. So I think that's an actual thing as well. I don't think they go in the Lambeau and win. This will be more competitive. They will have Bryce Young back, it looks like, instead of Andy Dalton, which really killed them. Packers are on a roll right now. I like the Packers against anybody in the league. Packers offense is clicking on all cylinders. The defense is really, really good. I don't see a flaw at all in Green Bay as well. So I like the Packers a lot. Packers actually over the Panthers. And the game of the century, the year, the decade, as we have every year, seem like Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills going at it on Sunday. This is where we find out if the Chiefs still have it, if they actually go into Buffalo and win, if they are still the team to beat in the AFC. If they go win this game in Buffalo against the Bills and they go in and handle it, then we can start worrying about the rest of it. I'm still not totally convinced, but I will be convinced that they go into Buffalo and win. That said, I'm taking Buffalo because Josh Allen really plays well against Kansas City. I think he's the one guy who always plays well against that good Kansas City defense. Kansas City defense, by the way, is coming around. A little bit of a slow start. I think that contributed to their problem, but they're actually been playing better. But I think Allen scored 40 points last week. I think he scores here. Bills over the Chiefs. There you go. Big five. 5 biggest games on the schedule.